What's up, game changers? It's Sherman here from Geek Psychology. Sorry, I got like bags under the eyes. And I got some frogs, a bunch of frogs in my throat. I had like weird dreams. This girl and someone else emerged from a submarine. The girl didn't make it, and then she was infested, and there were like eggs everywhere that just kept spawning. And thanks, unconscious mind or whatever you want to call it. I was not sleeping very well, but that's gone now. I just pushed that away and out of the mental space. In this video, I want to talk about one bit of advice for INFPs, for young INFPs learning how to get through their personality type and how to use it properly. So I remember just when I was growing up, I often dealt with these just emotional overwhelm. And everything that anybody said to me, I felt like had all these hidden contexts and motives and just all this meaning behind each thing and each interaction with people. And yes, I do believe there is a lot, right? There are all these little subtle aspects, right, that people are bringing into conversation: body language and intent and motivations and emotions, and all these things do get in there. I understand that. But what I want to talk about here is not taking that as the end all be all for judging yourself and evaluating yourself. Us INFPs, we lead. Our dominant function, our main character in our story is this resonating healer, this priest like character. Whether you believe that about yourself or not, whether you're thinking like, oh no, I'm a thinker. I'm cold and calculated, and I can analyze how everything's going through this. If you're actually an INFP, that's not necessarily how you work. Like, there's this really soft spot, and you're probably trying to cover it up a bit, right? Or you're trying to see yourself in a different way, or you are you have a slight misunderstanding of what it means to be a dominant judger. Your dominant cognitive function is a judging function. That's just how the code works, right? It's introverted feeling. It's a judging function. It's helping you make decisions based on what resonates with you, right? And how you evaluate for internal harmony. How you take all these different pieces and parts within yourself and all the emotions at play and all that stuff, and you use that to make a decision that's going to be the one that's going to feel good and be the ethically just one, I suppose, ethically true, good one. That doesn't mean that it's irrational, right? It's a rational function. It's you're not just like taking whatever comes in and making a decision based on that. You're parsing through it. You're funneling it down. You're trying to refine it and get really clear on what those different aspects mean so that you make the decision that you feel that you should make, right? And so there's a rational aspect behind it, of course. And because you think through it or feel through it so much, you might misconstrue that as being an introverted thinker. But it's different. You don't need to just take in every bit of advice from people and put that onto yourself as a truth about yourself. Right? People are going to criticize things because they're in a bad way, because they have a bad mindset, because they had a bad day, because for whatever reason they don't vibe with you. That's fine. Some person's opinion is their opinion. You don't need to embrace that. You don't need to accept that. It's just feedback. I know it's a hard lesson, but it's just feedback. Everything you do is just feedback, right? And some feedback is helpful, some is not. Some you should take in and you should look at and adjust to make yourself better, to make your life better, to make the world better. Other feedback is just like, okay, thank you for your input, but I'm going to do it my way. And you know that feeling. You know that when somebody gives you advice or opinions and you're just like, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like something I'm going to do, so I'm not going to do it. And that's fine. But if you don't get enough feedback, if you don't get enough experiences, you're not going to have that solid foundation of understanding who you are, because you don't know who you are. You haven't been put into enough contexts. Right? So the thing I want to bring this into here is that it's important to take in the advice, to look at it and say, okay, this is something. Maybe there's a good nugget of information in there. I really don't like the word nugget. It sounds weird. Nugget. There's a good bit of information in there, but it's not for me right now. Or maybe it is. Maybe actually I need to step back and I need to look at this and be like, you know what? Yes, I could say thank you more. I could be more expressive, right? I could show physically that I care more, right? And I should work towards that. It's not going to make you not you. It's just going to make you a version of you that other people can understand a bit better, and that's not a bad thing. I think it's good. It's good to be able to express different aspects of yourself, right? And you want that. You know that you want that. So what I'm saying here is lighten up, all right? And think of that within the metaphor itself. When I saw my gift as a light, like the Hermetic tarot card, maybe I can find a picture of it. The tarot card, he's holding the lamp, he's all shaded, he's shining his light out, right? The light is shown out from him, right? The thing is, like, he is not necessarily visible. It's shining out this way. And sometimes it's good to turn that light around. It's good to expose it. It's good to invite other people so that you are visible and you're guiding people by putting yourself out there and by accepting it, like accepting the darkness and the light together, right? Because you have the light, right? And you're walking around like this. It's important for you to be able to see that, you also have a lot of light to offer other people. I think it's a very important thing just to consider that light within yourself and shining out to the world to make it a better place. And if you see everything as darkness, as I can't say heavy, because it doesn't match the metaphor of light, but as this like scary world and its darkness and pain and all this sadness, then you're not going to experience the joys of life. You're going to forget that you have this light. It's like you're shining it back here, all behind you, looking at your past the whole time, and you're not looking forward to what's going to happen in the future. Or you're not showing other people the path to go to live a better life. So really think about that. Next time you feel overwhelmed by somebody's criticism or just sad because of a bunch of different things that happened, or somebody did something and you've overanalyzed it, you've thought way more about it than other people have, I'm sure. Really think about, like, where are you shining that light? And are you focusing? Are you hyper focusing on one thing too much? Because when you shine light on something, you create a shadow too, right? You create an area that you're not looking at, an area that you can't see. So make sure you get different perspectives. Make sure you see it from different angles, and some of that is looking in and accepting that there are sides of you that that other people are going to struggle with. There are sides of you that you struggle with, and you know that, right? But, shining that light and being able to express that a little bit more is important. So I hope that this video was beneficial. I hope that it was helpful. I hope it gave you a little bit more appreciation for yourself and gave you a metaphor that you can, a lens that you can see the world through, okay, to lighten up, right? Because the lighter you get, the less you delve into those sad emotions all the time. I know it does feel good, it's strange. Other types, if you watch this, you might be like, "Well, it feels good to feel sad." It does sometimes, but you got to make sure that you also balance that, and you're not just focusing on the heavy, deep emotions, right? You can feel deep happiness and gratitude for things too. So anyway, I hope it was helpful, and if it was, please comment down below and let me know what was helpful and what you're going through right now. Okay? All right, keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck, have fun. Peace.